Good day everyone, this is Charmark TV for another video. Today, pag-uusapan naman natin ng piecewise functions. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we have a piecewise function. So let us define what is piecewise function. Piecewise function is composed of multiple subfunctions where each subfunction is defined by the interval in the domain. So, pag sinabing piecewise function, isa siyang function na binubuo ng subfunctions na tinatawag. So, ito po yung isa sa mga examples ng piecewise functions. So, we have f of x is equal to x plus 3 if x is less than 3 and x squared minus 5 if x is greater than 3. So, bawat isa sa kanila ay tinatawag na subfunctions. At sila yung bumubuo sa tinatawag na piecewise function. So, yung bawat subfunction, let's say x plus 3, ay na-define by the interval na x is less than 3. So, if x is less than 3, ito po yung function. Pero kapag x is greater than or equal to 3, ang magiging function naman ay x squared minus 5. So ito less than 3, ito greater than or equal to 3. So ito po yung tinatawag na piecewise function. Okay, so magbibigay tayo ng examples kung paano tayo mag-evaluate ng functions kagaya ng ginawa natin sa previous video about evaluating functions. Okay, so number 1, we have this piecewise function f of x is equal to x plus 1 if x is less than or equal to 2 and x squared minus 4x plus 3 if x is greater than 2. Okay, so isa sa paraan para ma-evaluate natin yung piecewise function is alamin mo muna kung saang interval, saang interval nag-fall yung value ng x, which is yung given. Diba? So, evaluate natin yung f of negative 2 at saka f of 5. Okay? So, unahin muna natin to f of negative 2. Okay? So, alamin natin kung saan sa interval nag-fall si negative 2. And makikita natin si negative 2 ay mas bababa sa positive 2. So, yung negative 2 ay nag-fall dito. Because negative 2 is less than or equal to positive 2. Okay? And since nag-fall siya dito, gagamitin natin yung corresponding subfunction which is x plus 1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, i-evaluate natin yung x plus 1 at x is equal to negative 2. So, gawin na natin. Ano po? So, gagamitin natin to x plus 1. No? And then, yung x papalitan natin ng negative 2. So, negative 2 plus 1. Okay? And then, saka natin i-simplify. So, i-add negative 2 plus 1, that is equal to negative 1. So, therefore, ang value ng f of negative 2 ay negative 1. So, this is the answer. Okay? Next, letter B naman po, we have f of 5. Okay? So, again, alamin natin kung saang interval nag-fall si x is equal to 5. Okay? So, makikita natin is yung 5 ay greater than 2. So, ibig sabihin, nag-fall siya dito. Okay? And 5 is greater than 2. So, dito dapat siya. Okay? And ibig sabihin nun, ang gagamitin nating subfunction ay ito. X squared minus 4x plus 3. So, i-evaluate natin to at x is equal to 5. So, we have x squared plus, minus 4x plus 3. Okay? And then, yung x palitan natin ng 5, diba? So, that we have 5 squared minus 4 times 5. Okay? Then, plus 3. Ayan. Tapos, i-simplify natin, diba? So, we have 5 squared. What is 5 squared? 5 times 5 po yun, diba? So, 25. Then, minus 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20, ano po? And then plus 3. Okay? And then simplify pa natin, ano po? So 25 minus 20 equals 5. And then 5 plus 3 equals 8. So, ibig sabihin, the value of f of 5 is equal to 8. So, ito po yung sagot. Okay, so number 2, we have this piecewise function f of x is equal to 5 minus x squared if x is less than or equal to negative 2. 3x if negative 2 is less than x is less than 2, or x is greater than negative 2 but less than 2, and x squared plus 4x if x is greater than or equal to 2. So this is a piecewise function composed of 3 sub-functions. Okay? So, i-evaluate natin yung f of negative 4, f of 1, at saka f of 7. Okay, so to start with f of negative 4. So, alamin natin kung saan interval nag-fall yung negative 4. Okay? So, makikita natin yung negative 4 ay nandito sa interval na to because negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, gagamitin natin yung corresponding subfunction which is 5 minus x squared. Okay? So, evaluate natin yung 5 minus x squared at x is negative 4. Okay? So, 5 minus yung x, palitan natin ng negative 4. So, remember, may parenthesis po around the negative number, ano po. So negative 4 squared, 'di ba? And then saka natin i-simplify, no? So 5 minus negative 4 quantity squared, that is ano po 'yon? Negative 4 times negative 4. So negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. And 5 minus 16, since 16 ang mas malaking ibabawas, that is negative 11. So therefore, f of negative 4 is equal to 11. Okay? Next naman po is letter B, we have f of 1. So again, titignan natin kung saan nag-interval nag-fall si negative 1. And makikita natin na dito siya nag-fall. Okay? Kasi si positive 1 ay nasa gitna ng negative 2 at positive 2 sa number line. Okay? Nandito yung positive 1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, gagamitin natin tong function na ito, which is 3x. Okay? So, evaluate natin yung 3x at f is equal to 1. So, 3x gagamitin natin, and then, yung x papalitan natin ng 1. So, 3 times 1, then 3 times 1 equals 3. So, simple, di ba? So, ito po yung value ng f of 1. And then, para naman sa letter C, we have f of 7. So, again, hanapin natin sa interval kung saan nag-fall si positive 7. So, si 7, nag-fall siya dito sa interval na to because 7 is greater than or equal to 2. Mas malaki si 7 kaysa sa 2. So, ibig sabihin, gagamitin natin itong function na ito na x squared plus 4x. Okay? So, evaluate natin ito at x is equal to 7. So, x squared plus 4x, di ba? Then, yung x dito, papalitan natin ng 7. Okay? So, 7 squared plus 4 times 7. Okay? And then simplify pa natin, 7 squared, that is 7 times 7 po yun, diba? That is equal to 49. Okay? Then plus, 4 times 7, what is 4 times 7? 28. And 49 plus 28 equals 77. So, this is the value of f of 7. Okay? Okay, so isa sa mga real-life examples na ginagamitan ng piecewise functions is, kumbaga magbabayad ka ng pamasahe sa jeep. Na magbabayad ka ng minimum kung malapit ang pupuntahan mo, pero kung malayo pupuntahan mo is magbabayad ka ng mas malaki doon sa minimum fare. Okay? So, ito po yung example. Below is a function representing the jeepney fare f in pesos. So, yung pasahe sa jeep ay nakadepende kung gaano kalayo ang nararating mo. Okay? So, f is equal to 13 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. and 13 plus 1.80 times x minus 4 for more than 4 kilometers. So, kung malapit ang pupuntahan mo, that is less than 4 kilometers mula sa pinanggalingan mo, bali magbabayad ka ng 13 pesos. Pero kung mas malayo sa 4 kilometers, magbabayad ka ng ganitong amount. So, ano bang ibig sabihin ng x? Where x is the number of kilometers traveled. Okay, so determine the jeepney fare to pay if a person travels a distance of A, 3 kilometers and B, 10 kilometers. Okay, so the first one is 3 kilometers. So, una, alamin natin kung saan sa dalawa ay nag-fall yung 3 kilometers. Okay, of course, hindi dito, diba? Because 3 kilometers is not more than 4 kilometers. So, ibig sabihin, dito siya nag-fall for the first 4 kilometers. So, nandoon yung 3 kilometer na distance dito. Okay? And gagamitin natin corresponding subfunction is 13. Since wala tayo makitang x dito, so, ibig sabihin, kahit anong substitute natin sa value, basta less than 4, lalabas at lalabas pa rin yung number 13. So, ibig sabihin, the answer should be 13 pesos. Okay? Always 13 pesos. Okay? Okay, so for letter B, we have 10 kilometers. So, kung makikita natin, yung 10 kilometers ay mas malaki sa 4 kilometers or mas mataas. Diba? So, 10 is more than or greater than 4. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang gagamitin natin function ay ito. 13 plus 1.80 times x minus 4. Okay, so we use this to evaluate at x is equal to 10. So let's do this. Ano po? So 13, isulat muna natin actually f, diba? F of 10 is equal to 13 plus 1.80, diba? Multiplied by x. Ang x po natin ay 10, diba? So 10 minus 4. Okay? And then let's simplify. So, mauna muna yung nasa parenthesis. 10 minus 4 equals 6. So, 13 plus 1.80 times 6. Diba? And 1.80 times 6, that is equal to 10.80. Tama? 10.80 po yun. So, 13 plus 10.80. And then 13 plus 10.80. So, ang ma-add lang is 13 plus 10. Diba? So, 13 plus 10 is equal to 23.80. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang pamasahe na babayaran niya is 23 pesos and 80 centavos. Pero in reality, i-round off nila to the nearest peso. So, ibig sabihin, magbabayad sila ng 24 pesos. Okay? Ganun po yun, no? Walang butal-butal. Pero dito sa problem na ito, ang sagot po ay 23 pesos and 80 centavos. And this is the answer. We're done for today's discussion, which is piecewise functions. And I hope you have learned something from this video. Okay, so do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. And follow me also on my TikTok account. Stay safe, God bless, and as always, have a great day to all.